First off, thank you guys for being here. Tremendous effort by our guys today. Just proud of them. You know, sometimes when you look at the season, the regular season, and you have a goal in mind, and that was to win the conference championship, and you fall short of that. You know, people kept saying, well, what's the guy's mindset and approach going to be like this week? How are they going to attack the week and approach this game, a place that we hadn't won since 2014? But I think we had the right mindset in the approach, right? The way we started fast, obviously, on the kickoff return and then on offense. The guys were hungry to come out and prove that they're capable of playing. Was it a perfect game by stretch? No stretch of the imagination, but just pleased. You look at what the defense was able to do. I believe they were 6 of 8 in fourth down stops, getting an interception on the 2-yard line. Just tremendous effort by them. Obviously, we yield some yards, but that's the nature of it, as long as you find ways to win football games. You talk about what Blake Watson was able to do in the regular season, being the 8th all-time 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal. You know, he joins the company of a guy like Kenny Gainwell, who plays in the NFL on Sundays. That, you know, was a freshman All-American here. And, you know, D'Angelo Williams, you talk about some of the greats. And think about this, our 20-year-old quarterback is the program's all-time leading completion quarterback in the history of the program. Just credit to all those individual accolades, but it's a team game and a team effort. And, man, the guys came out and did exactly what they were supposed to do today, handled their business. Let's celebrate it, the 9 wins. I'm not going to say here, yeah, I won a championship. Absolutely, we all do. But to be the 10th team in 108 years in Memphis program history, 29 games, and still have a bowl game left, that's huge. That's huge. Our guys are excited about whatever bowl game they put us in, and we know we'll come out fighting and hungry. But I think what we get to see throughout this regular season is a football team with perseverance, love, and just that all-in attitude that we talk about. And, man, it's such an honor and privilege to be the head football coach here, and just so proud of the guys. This will be one of the first times I probably won't watch game film of our opponent tomorrow, unless one of you guys has some insight and can let me know. But, man, we're going to celebrate this and enjoy it. I'm just so proud of those guys in the locker room. 9-3 regular season. Look, we'd love to be undefeated. But I think any Tiger fans can sit there and hold their heads up high and say, man, those guys battled, and what a tremendous job. So we're going to continue to swing away at this thing, find a way to get to our 10th win, whatever may they ask us to play, and keep moving forward.
And right after the way last week went, how tough that was, as a coach, what does it do for you to see your players be able to have in a moment like today after the team?
Yeah, you know, Frank, whenever you have these long-term goals, these big goals, and you fall short, let's talk about anybody in society. Most people just give up. And that's whether it's me trying to achieve a diet, right, and I'll fall short, and then I just go and eat more candy because it doesn't work, right? It's people when they try to get into a certain college. It's people when they try to get a certain job. Usually when things don't go people's way, they just throw their hands up and quit, but not this group. And, you know, Frank, for us to be able to come out and play the way we did, their buy-in, and I, you know, you guys get to see a brief snap of practice and what it looks like, but their mindset, their energy, their approach all season long through wins and losses has been phenomenal. And so to see them, you know, just be resilient, come out and do what they did today, win on the road like that, is tremendous. And it just speaks such volumes about the culture and the character of those young men. And obviously what it does, it means we're doing things the right way, because I believe they're listening to the staff. It clearly has showed up on the field today because they've been bought in and just been put the blinders on and found a way to go 1-0 this week, which led us to our 9th win. So it just means that's credit to those guys in the locker room and to the rest of the staff for just continue to push in the right direction.
Looking at the Memphis Temple series, this is the first time anyone's won back-to-back. What makes this rivalry so close? Well,
I think, you know, you talk about the Temple Tough is their motto. And, you know, they've always had tough young men and guys that come up here and play up here. We know what a hard environment. I was part of that Cotton Bowl team that lost up here. We've had some back and forth games, and you know, credit to them. They're going to do it the right way. Coach Drayton is. But I think with anytime you have that conference game, they're all hard, you know. And to find a way to be able to win on the road and conference to finish the regular season is huge. But look, you know, the next goal for us, go get that 3rd in a row if we get them back at home next year. But you know, our guys, we talked about the environment here, playing in the Eagles Stadium and playing up in Philadelphia. We weren't sure what the weather would be like this week, dealing with it. But the guys, man, they were so dialed in, and they went out there and they looked like they enjoyed playing football today. And to me, we never want to take that away. As long as they can have that focus and be dialed in to the task at hand, I think that's what it is. And part of that is, I told them, guys, it's been a long time since we won up here, and they also knew what was at stake with the 9 win. So they came out here hungry, and also just knowing that being able to win the last 2 versus Temple is huge, and it's just another feather in those guys' cap in the locker room.
Blake's performance, he goes over 1,000 yards. Can you just sum up the season that he's had, especially where you were with the run game like last season?
Yeah, last season, the biggest question, and even the offseason, right, other than losing all the receivers, people said, well, are you going to be able to get the run game back like you've had it over the years? And, obviously being an older line guy, I pride myself in a good run game. But what Blake was able to do, he's been so versatile and on and off the field, right? And then also, being able to catch the ball out of the backfield, handle himself in protection, and run the ball effectively. That's huge, and I think that's a great compliment to him as a young man, to the offensive line, to everybody involved. And then I think you just look at what he was able to do throughout the course of the regular season is tremendous. And, we've been so fortunate to have some great running backs, and I think he's going to go down as one of those. He's just handled himself so efficiently. And then, even the games we didn't necessarily run the ball as effectively as we want to, I'd sit there and say, okay, well, maybe there's an extra safety in the box. Maybe they try to take it away, and we're more effective in the passing game. So Blake's had a tremendous regular season. I look forward to what he can do over the next month.
Another question heading into this year was your receivers. You lost a lot of receivers. Just looking at what they were able to accomplish this year, how do you like the way that you guys were able to do with those guys?
Yeah, you talk about the regular season, we'll sit back and say, okay, that was the one question, right? Hey, Ryan, you lost the 5 top receivers. What's going on? And I just said, whatever we had in the locker room, we had great faith in, and tremendous respect. We knew what Rock Taylor was capable of. Rock Taylor's going to get his 1,000th yard. I'm not sure how short he was today. If we had that one catch, he would have been there. But Rock Taylor has certainly emerged as a premier receiver in college football, and what a tremendous job he's done. We saw Joe Skates on that first play of the game. Joe Skates has been an explosive threat all year. Demir Blankenship, right, continue to handle his business. Then you talk about what those other guys, the tight end showing up again today, right, and some tight red zone stuff. And then you look at, okay, the catches by Sutton Smith out of the backfield, Blake Watson, just those guys, and you start to name others. Kobe Drake wasn't able to play today, but what a tremendous season he's had. And I think that all starts, if you got a quarterback that's able to be effective, what a tremendous difference that makes.
And on the line with Kobe Drake, do you feel that he'll be available for the bowl game after you guys get time?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Can you talk about the way the defense played today? They've been struggling a little bit until the last touchdown will be 14 points.
Yeah, anytime. I wish that last touchdown, it was we could have been better in coverage there, but I think it was 6 of 8 on 4th down stops. That's hard to do. Their quarterback was 5th in the country in yards per game, and so we knew that they were effective. We knew they had some athletes. They were Big 12 personnel team with some of their tight ends and what they were able to do. We wanted to go out there and establish stopping the run. We gave up that big run early. We had some missed tackles early on, and then just some things that we had to get cleaned up. But look, I was proud of the way the defense, getting that interception on the 2-yard line, just finding ways, no matter what it looks like. Even the yardage isn't exactly, pretty on paper, but reality, holding the defense, holding the opposition in college football this day to 14 points, 21 points even. Credit to them, and just proud they were able to rebound the right way.
You mentioned it at the beginning, and you kind of talked about this last week, but look, obviously bowl game to come, but looking back at the 12 games, what are your kind of takeaways just on how the season has gone?
Yeah, look, I'll be the first to say that the goal was a championship, right? And as I mentioned previously, we fell short of it. But I'm not going to sit here and boo-hoo over a 9-win season. I like to reflect on all the positive things. The people that are going to be unhappy with the 9-win season are the same people that, when we went 8-3 my first year, beat UCF and won a bowl game, that reached out, Coach, please don't ever leave Memphis. Please don't ever leave Memphis. And then 7 months later, hey, here let's help you pack your bags, right? They're the same people that complain about politics but refuse to vote. The same people that probably boo Santa Claus in this Philly stadium, right? Like Nick Saban says, you can't make everybody happy. If you can, you got to sell ice cream. And so I'd like to reflect on the positive. Our tremendous fans have been so supportive in good times and bad that show up to the games, that love these guys, that, man, are proud of the fact that every year I've been the head coach, we've had the highest graduation rate. Those fans that just pour and love that stuff. So the 9, right? 1 of 10 teams in 108 years to be a 9-win. So all these positive things are just so tremendous, and the momentum moving forward for the opportunity to go play in a bowl game to get our 10th. A lot of great things this year. There's tons, like in any college football season, right? Even the year we went to the Cotton Bowl, a laundry list of things to get cleaned up. And no different this year, a laundry list of things we're going to get better on. It's going to start on Sunday, not tomorrow. We'll start on Sunday, things that we can continue to fix, and that's my job as a head coach to get those things done in the right direction and continue to see how we can make this program better. But man, you know, looking back on the regular season, at 9-3, it's a tremendous effort, and the full credit should go to those young men in the locker room, and just so pleased for them.
Talk about the positives in the program, but you also got 5 road wins this year. How important was that for you?
You know, that was going into the season. We talked about we hadn't done what we needed to on the road under my tenure and Memphis in general, right? We struggled on the road, right? At Tulane, at Tulsa, I've been at Temple. I've just seen it time and time again. You know, you sit there and say, okay, that was one of those things I reflected upon the offseason. Are we getting into the hotels in enough time? Are they getting enough sleep? Are we holding them too long in meetings? Are we getting to this? So you try to study all those things. That's my job in the offseason, Brian, to kind of figure out, okay, what can I do to position our guys in a better sequence? Plus, we talked about the maturity level. And I think winning on the road takes a mature team, a team that understands finding ways, right? We've had some interesting road wins, but whatever it takes. And that's been the key, is finding a way. And I think that's what these young men are about. You know, before we break, leaving the hotels, we say, you know, whatever it takes. We talk about that before we get on the bus and head to the away stadium. And I think our guys have understood that. There's different environments. We try to replicate some of that in August practices. You know, I can't sit there and replicate the Eagles Stadium. I can't replicate Charlotte Stadium. But our guys, they're steadfast in their approach. And when they come out, man, they just get to go play football. And so I think that's part of the success on the road. So I'm proud of that effort for sure.
What does the next week look like for you? Like practicing, but obviously you don't know your opponent, so what is it?
You're the one that said practice. Wow, these guys are going to be on you. No, we're so the guys will just check on a physical standpoint. We're going to watch the film on Sunday. No practice. Let their bodies rest. They don't even know the schedule, so they're probably typing this to their team right now. Monday we'll come in, just get an offense and defense on left. Tuesday we're going to do a very, very light practice. Okay, very light practice. The 2 knuckleheads over here are going to try to come up with a fake hamstring deal. Wednesday we'll lift. Thursday we'll do a very light practice. Friday we'll lift, and we'll take care of them and figure it out. Hopefully we'll have some understanding as we move forward. But the biggest thing for us is get our bodies back healthy and right, keep us in football, handle our academics. Our guys' exams are coming down the pipe, so we got to make sure our guys are doing what they're supposed to academically. As a coaching staff, we'll look at a recruiting board, and you know, we'll see. We're in a different day and age, right, with the portal and on the road high school visits coming up and all those things. So it's a lot of people say, hey, congratulations, you get to go catch your breath. I will try to catch my breath tomorrow, but it's you actually crank up the hours. We're back to about 100+ hours a week for us, but we'll take care of the players, make sure they're physically all right.